Hello, Rotarian friends. It's good to be with you today and talk a little bit about Interact. My name is Bill Dendy, and I'm our District Foundation Chair. Last year and the year before, I served as our Interact Chair, and I am so happy that we have found a wonderful person to come in and take the reins of this great organization, as we've had such a challenge with COVID and other things over the past 2 years, but we have a person who is well equipped to handle all the challenges that come about, and that is Miss Shirley Heitzman with Family Faith Academy. Been with Family Faith Academy for 8 years, been doing Interact for about the same time period. And Shirley, thank you for taking this wonderful job.
Bill, I'm just so excited to be here today, and I'm excited to help work with all of our Interact clubs.
Well, I know that Interact has had a place in my heart for almost the entire 30 years that I've been involved with Rotary. I started off with the Rotary Club at Dallas, working with high school students in Camp Enterprise. And then it was great to do the Rylarians. And then over the past 2 years, it's been a real joy to serve as our Interact Chair, to see that, people say the millennials are different and those behind the millennials are different, and they are. But they do have a heart for service. And they are givers, and that's what I see amongst young people today.
Absolutely, Bill. I mean, in working with our Interact Club at Faith Family Academy, our kids love to go out there and do service projects, like with the Salvation Army. They love to do the Dallas Marathon, help out there. There's tons of projects that we're really looking forward to getting into this year.
Well, as the servant for the entire district now, taking care of all of our Interact clubs and giving them what they need, I loved some of your thinking. When you said, let's start over, we don't have to repeat things because COVID changed everything. We had a ginormous Interact Summit 2 years ago with 500 students in Plano, which was great. But then we had to go virtual last year. And Julia Lynn did a phenomenal job putting on a virtual summit where we had over 250 people live online. Amazing. This year, you say, what did you call that? Asynchronous. You have some other ideas that we're going to learn about. Please share with everybody some of your thoughts and what we might be seeing coming out of Interact this year.
Well, we would like to provide both. We want to meet everybody's needs. So that might look a little different for everybody. So we might have real-time learning synchronous, which could be hybrid, in person and online, or it may be simply virtual, both for our students and for our adult faculty advisors and our Rotarians. Because I know it takes a lot at every school to run club events, go to service projects, get awards, do the presidential citation. And so we want to offer some opportunities that could be either asynchronous, like you said, which means on your own time. Means if you're staying up till midnight or 2 a.m., you can watch the video then. Or, of course, synchronous means we're doing it now in real time with people. So I'm just really excited and hope to offer both of some of those kind of opportunities.
I like that excitement you get in real time. And I really like people getting together. And we were told at the beginning of this year, with the Delta variant spiking up, that we probably could not, in a reasonable way, bring students together from all over our district. But here we are now at the end of September, and it looks like more groups are willing to do that. What is your take on, are we going to be able to do something live, or do you think we're going to be COVIDed out of this?
Well, one of the things I really want to do is reach out to all of our clubs and ask you what you'd like to do this year. So we'll be sending out a survey very shortly, hopefully very short, and that you can get back to us and tell us what you would like to have happen this year. I think that's really important to ask everybody right now, because I think everybody's in a little bit of a different situation with their schools and their Rotary clubs.
Fantastic. And the two things, when I got this job from Alex Johnson, who was served as our Interact Chair, he said there's really two things you got to do. Everybody's going to judge you on the two things. One is the Leadership Summit. The other thing is the Spring Fling. And last year, we couldn't Spring Fling it, and we did the virtual Leadership Summit. Yet the students still did one service project after another. And we hopefully will have on our website soon the videos. They shared the service projects they were doing. Because it was really inspiring, wasn't it?
And that's what I want to be able to do, Bill, is have those kinds of resources available to all of our Interact clubs so that we can be shared. A lot of clubs are doing great service projects. Sometimes Interact clubs and their advisors just don't know about them and how they can participate. That's what I'm hoping to do with the help of all the other Interact advisors and Rotary advisors, to get the word out to our clubs so that they have service projects that they can do, that they have access to the resources they need to do great work in the world and to help our community.
I love Interact because we have so many things that are tied to the youth programs, and Interact's but one of them. And when they plug into Interact, they learn about all these other things as well, such as RILA. And we have a RILA that is probably one of the best in all of Rotary in North Texas.
Well, and they're doing a great training program this year virtually. You know, they're doing a whole leadership series this year, and so I know a lot of our interactors get excited about joining that Rilarian group because it's such an amazing experience.
I wish we could send them all, and I guess virtual we can send more, so that's a good thing. We also have the Youth Exchange, which took a hiatus last year because of COVID.
It did, but now it's back. I know they're meeting about it right now, and they're talking about how students can come here and how our students can go abroad.
And I like the fact that it doesn't have to be a whole year commitment on the senior year. It could be the summer exchange, something short.
Exactly.
Interact provides that door to those students to see the opportunities, and beyond that, scholarships. And I cannot believe how many dollars don't get spent every year that we could have spent on scholarships because we just don't get the applications in some of these. And that's mainly for the graduate scholarships and the Peace Scholars. But Interact provides a door for this, as well as internships and mentorship programs, and a great resource for our clubs for when they do service projects or when they do fundraisers or just for the recognition. And so Interact is that front door.
And we're excited. I've already been asked if we're planning on doing District Interact Awards this year, and absolutely. We want to recognize our clubs that do the most service projects, that do the most creative service projects, that have the most members, and we'll have a wide variety of other categories as well. But rest assured, we definitely want to do those District Interact Awards this year, as well as make sure that our Interact clubs can get the presidential citation. This is from Rotary International, and it's really not that hard to do. Most of our clubs are doing those activities anyway, and it's just a matter of keeping track of those throughout the year.
That's right. One of the things we find, we have to remind our Rotarians to submit their clubs, because many of the Interact clubs have done the work, but they have to get the submissions. And I loved your idea, Shirley, about including the adult advisors, faculty advisors, as well as the Rotarians on a regular program. We started offering the adult education route during our leadership summit 2 years ago. But your idea of doing it every single month and having something consistent where it's recorded, I think is phenomenal.
Well, it's really exciting because I'm newly here in this role, but the first thing that I've heard from people from many clubs as well as club advisors is that interactors are doing a lot. And there are great clubs and great Interact clubs that could be helping our Interact clubs that are new or kind of getting restarted. And I'd love to have more peer-to-peer learning where clubs who are kind of know the ropes and know what's going on can share their experience, hope, and expertise with those kind of new or restarting Interact clubs this year.
Brilliant. I know they sure got an upgrade when they got you in the job, and I know we want to support you as you move forward with the job. We'll answer those questionnaires, but it is a tough time because we have protocols that we're now concerned about that change almost daily, and doing any planning has been a bit of a challenge for doing in person, but we can sure do those monthly meetings for the faculty advisors and for the Rotary advisors. And I also like the idea of recognizing our faculty advisors.
Well, they're making our program go. I mean, they're the ones on day to day working with our students, giving them leadership roles, guiding them along the way, helping find service projects. And so they're really kind of where the rubber meets the road. And honestly, in my mind, they're honorary Rotarians.
They should be. And if nothing, us as Rotarians should be honoring them whenever we get the chance. We should be inviting them to our lunches and our dinners and our special events.
Yes.
We should make a big deal when we see them because they have the heart. They've got so many things pulling at them. The chess club wants to use their time. The drama club wants some time. There's always something. And a few of these instructors have decided to give the little extra time they have to interact, to support the service within the school and our community and worldwide. So I really think that you're recognizing the faculty advisors is going to go a long way towards improving everything. If we can communicate better with them at all levels, I think that has a great impact.
Well, that will be our goal this year for sure, and I really appreciate everyone's patience. We want to come out very soon with our plans for the district summit, whether that will be a hybrid version or a 100% virtual version for everyone.
Fantastic. And then the spring fling?
We want to plan something. We don't know what that is yet. Thank you again for your patience. I'm brand new, but we'll wait for some feedback from the survey and then get back to y'all as soon as we can. I know that I want to be respectful of our advisors' time and planning needs they have on their campuses and in their school districts.
Well, last year, right before we had the COVID challenge, a number of our interactors from all over the district had signed up to do some work at Six Flags.
Six Flags is a fantastic fundraiser. We found out about it from Charles Dowden at the Rotary Club of Dallas, and it did take us a little while to kind of get the ropes and understand, but I think we had about 100 students go last spring, and we earned a lot of funds for a fundraiser for our Interact Club at our school. So kids loved it. They go and they get a free ticket to go back another time and ride all the rides, as well as doing good and being able to raise funds to do the good work with their Interact Club.
So they work you the day one, but you get to come back and ride the rides later.
That's right.
And the working can be fun too.
Absolutely. The kids
And
have a great time.
Y'all raised like $8,000, didn't you?
I think it was somewhere around that number, Bill. So, I mean, that could go a long way, especially if we want to talk about international travel or projects abroad like you've talked about before. Or even, you know, we've got that international convention coming up in here in Houston in June. So
We should take our interactors to Houston.
I'm really excited you're talking about that because I think we have great local projects, but I think we're going to have a number of really great international projects that Interact clubs can plug into this year that will make it easy for every Interact club to do an international project. So stay tuned for more news on that. And if any of you have questions, please feel free to contact me. We'll put up my contact information. You're welcome to text, call, or email me anytime.
And Shirley will actually answer an email. God bless you. It's good seeing you, Shirley.
Good to see you too, Bill.